we're seeing a kind of a parallel between Frank's situation and Ramey's situation, not in the sense that they're both cops, but they're both kind of involved with love triangles. Is he going to want to weigh in and give her some fatherly advice about, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to get involved with 2-minute ones?
It's funny, they do actually have some fun discussions about their love life, which is awkward and cute at the same time, because they're the same age, but he's still her dad. So you're going to see multiple times throughout the rest of the season where they openly talk about their love lives, and what's weird for her is that it's about her mom, and what's weird for him is it's his daughter. So it's cool. Like, the writers do a nice job of tying that in together and keeping it light and keeping it awkward, but we try anyway to make it the awkward situation light.
Did you ever expect to be wearing so much flannel in a job?
I love that I get to wear so much flannel in a job. In fact, this exact shirt right here is my shirt. They just went and bought me one for the character. I showed up on set and they were like, "We love that. Where'd you get it?" And I was like, "I don't know." So they took a picture, and next thing you know, now Frank's wearing it. So the joke about it is, during the pilot, I had just gotten this and I wore it every day because it's just cozy and warm. And so I told Devin, who plays Julia, I was like, "Now don't," she was so tired of seeing it. I'm like, "Now don't get mad, but you're also going to see it on set every day." So I grew up in the 90s. I was wearing flannel when it was cool. I was wearing flannel again when it wasn't cool. Now it's coming back around again. Obviously, Stan is now his biggest enemy. Stan is making Frank's life really difficult. He has since he tried to kill him in the pilot. I love the dynamic between Frank and Stan, and as far as how he's going to handle it with Julie, I think the thing always loved about Frank is that I think he's a very morally correct and grounded guy. And even though he's been put in some situations that have, made him do certain things, I think that they're justified. I think he's going to own up. He's a morally correct guy, and he owns his mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't shy away from the truth. He'll call a spade a spade. And so there's reasons for the things that he did undercover, and you're going to find out more things that he's got himself into. But they were all for the greater reason, the bigger reason, which is to save his wife and daughter. He's constantly having to put one timeline version of Ramey on the line to help out the other one. And then within 2 or 3 scenes, it reverses. And the next episode, it reverses again. I mean, constantly, what I love about the triangle between the two Rameys and Frank is that he is constantly having to protect one and leave the other one vulnerable, and then vice versa. And that makes my job so much fun, because of the moral. Again, he's so moral. This moral struggle, how to save one and save the other at the same time. The stakes rise every episode, and he does get more and more desperate. And the things that he's doing, become more illegal, more tricky, and the ends still are, outweighing the means. But it gets. I haven't even seen the last 3 episodes yet, scripts, but it's every week it gets heavier. Yeah.
Are they kind of worried because it's a ham radio and there could be a party line that somebody like the killer could be listening in on their conversation?
That was one thought I had. I mean, we don't know why he's steps ahead of us yet. That could be one explanation. There could be a lot of them. But somehow he seems to always be right ahead of us.
Wouldn't Statch have his back almost like all the time anyways? Because in one sense he's kind of connected to both timelines.
Yeah. He I don't know what he told you, but yeah, Satch has his own storylines going on that are gonna slowly start to play into the dynamic between Frank and Stan. So you'll see those things kind of play itself out too.
I just kind of got a sense of loyalty because when he has his partnership with his daughter, there still seems to be a lot of strong bond there. So obviously there must have been something in that 20-year period where he still feels loyal to Frank.
Oh yeah, I mean, Satch and Frank are best friends. They're like brothers, you know. So that's really all Frank has in '96 to fall on. But still, he can't tell him what's going on. You know, he can't let him know that he's on the radio with his daughter. So, but there's some really cool stuff coming up with that dynamic. You know, I didn't know what we were going to do with the series, and I guess we all kind of had assumptions on where it could go. And to be honest, the way it's going right now, I love. I love the pacing of it. I love the energy that the scripts have, and I love the dynamics that they've created. You know, there's a lot about my backstory that I had no idea when I was undercover that has now kind of fleshed itself out and blew me away. I was like, oh God, did I wish I knew that, or am I glad that I'm now finding it out later down the line? I found it out when I needed to for my backstory, when it played in the scenes, but a lot of it I did not know about until, you know, we got that script, and I was like, oh, I'd like to know that 5 episodes ago, maybe, but I think it played out for the right reasons. So, yeah, I love everything to do with Woody thing that I've ever done. Honestly, I love working with this little girl. She's like I've seen her grow up, and in just the short amount of time we've been doing this, and I've seen her grow as an actress. You know, she was very new and green when we started, and so I've gotten to kind of shepherd that experience with her and her work. And I'm not a dad yet, but I obviously really want to be. And to me, I knew that I would go into the Peyton List scenes loving them, and I knew that would be probably the highlight of the show for us, because Peyton and I have such a deep history together. But what I didn't expect was the stuff with young Raimi to be so special, and it just shows like another side to Frank that humanizes him, you know. And I think it really, for me, what I try to get across in it is it shows you have to see that love at that age to really want to root for the love at this age, and root for him to really protect her at this age. And that's what I always just try to remember, is like, show the audience that love then, and then they'll respect this love now. We're starting to realize that somehow he's always a step ahead of us, and so that's at least allowing us to realize that and trying to figure out how that is. So yeah, we're not only now are we looking for him, but we're also trying to look for where is he and how is he ahead of us. So it kind of gives us a different platform and direction to start looking for him as well. Frank definitely starts to become suspicious of certain people in his life, because there's just too many. There's too many things that are happening that shouldn't be happening. It's becoming too obvious that things are getting tipped off. Even with the dynamic between Satch and Stan, there's going to be some tie-ins between that dynamic, Frank, Stan, and Satch, and why Satch might be kind of in the middle of some stuff too that we don't understand what it is or why, but Frank kind of almost, he loses his ally in a sense, you know.